Welcome, SENS Talk.
Russell winds in, feeds it back across the strike and scores! Brady Katchouk makes it 2-0. Claude Giroux, hit alone, scores!
Tim Stutzock cross, Katchouk score! The captain, Brady Katchouk, buries it with 1:18 to go.
See you later. Go, SENS, go. Welcome to SENS Talk. My name is Brandon Plant, and I'm your host. Tonight, Ottawa takes on the San Jose Sharks as they look to get their first win of the 7-game road trip to close it out. But before we get into all of the action tonight, I want to say thank you to all of you. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. We've won. We've done it back to back. Best YouTube channel in Ottawa in 2023 and now 2024. Thank you to all of you that voted for us. It's such an honor to just be able to make these videos for you all. And the fact that you guys love the videos so much, to vote me as the best YouTube channel in Ottawa, it's such an honor. Thank you all so very much. It is such an incredible honor. And you know what? If you would have told me 10 years ago or 11 years ago now, when I started this channel, that over a decade later, I'd still be making these videos and winning awards for making these videos, I would have laughed in your face. I might still laugh in your face. But regardless, thank you all so very much. It truly means the world to me. And, you know, once again, to know how many of you guys love the videos we're doing, and most importantly, love them enough to vote for us to win an award for making videos, it's such an honor to me. So thank you so very much. We also won Best Blog in Ottawa in 2024. What an honor that is as well. We have such a fantastic team behind the scenes producing some fantastic content for our blog on senstalk.ca. Shout out to Orion Taylor for developing the website, Tyler Bouchen for editing the blogs that go onto the website, and of course some of our incredible bloggers like Sens Buzz, Luke Moyes, Frankie Robertson, AJ Bowler, Isaac Deans, to name a few. So to everyone that voted for us, I love you. To my team, I love you. And yeah, once again, baby, SENS Talk on top. Once we get the plaques, the 2 new ones to add to this beautiful wall here, it's soon potentially going to be full of awards, hopefully, if we're lucky enough. But I'll do a video in the near future to really go into why this means so much to me. But right now, we'll focus on the hockey. I haven't got the plaques. I didn't make enough, so they're going to ship them to me. So once I get those, I'll make a video for sure. But I just had to say thank you to everyone from the bottom of my heart for supporting us, and supporting us so much that you voted for us to win 2 more awards. It was already surreal that we won one last year, to win 2 more this year, including back-to-back for Best YouTube Channel in Ottawa, means the world to me. Thank you so very much. Now let's get into the game recap. So Ottawa today took on the lowly San Jose Sharks in a game where, look, not much is up for grabs in this one except draft lottery odds, which both these teams are very much in contention for. Now look, for Ottawa, obviously the trade deadline was yesterday. You didn't see a video of mine yesterday, so you already know what happened, which was nothing. The Ottawa Senators did not make a single trade after the Vladimir Tarasenko trade on Wednesday. However, they did make one move. They claimed Boris Katchouk off waivers from the Chicago Blackhawks. He's played in 38 games this year with the Chicago Blackhawks, compiling 9 points, 5 of which were goals, 32 points in 155 NHL games as well, 13 of those of which were goals. But he is a very gritty player. From what I've seen in Chicago, he likes to stir it up a little bit. So it's good for the 4th line. More importantly, it's a warm body to keep on the Ottawa Senator roster, so you don't have to call up somebody from Belleville. They're already dealing with a lot of injuries down there in Belleville for their playoff push. You don't want to have to call somebody else up. So, you know, it's good that we claim somebody here that you never know could turn into something maybe. He does have some skill, has played for Canada and won gold at the World Juniors. So this is a player obviously with some skill. Was drafted high as well in his draft year. So you never know what can happen. It's worth a 20-game look. And more so, once again, it's better to keep the core in Belleville there instead of playing on the 3rd and 4th line. Let them push for the playoffs. Let's not disrupt that. So welcome to Ottawa, Boris Katchouk. Funnily enough, I called it literally the day before when Chicago put him on waivers. I said for the memes that the Sens should pick up Boris Katchouk because the name is so familiar with Brady Katchouk, right? It sounds familiar. It just seemed to be perfect. And they actually did it. And Katchouk plays with number 14 for Ottawa. That's his number. 7 times 2 is 14. So I don't know. I'm just saying. Brady Katchouk light might be here, ladies and gentlemen. And Katchouk today didn't really stand out. He played just over 8 minutes. Didn't get a shot on goal. Didn't have a plus minus. Just a bunch of zeros over his stat line. But it's a new team. It takes time for players to adjust. I'm not worried whatsoever. So, welcome to Ottawa once again, Boris Katchouk. Last thing I want to mention is Parker Kelly, before this game, was actually suspended for 2 games for a headshot to Andreas Englund, the former Ottawa Senator defenseman, the other night against the Los Angeles Kings. I agree with the suspension. You can debate all you want the amount of games, but look, the National Hockey League has to cut back on players and their headshots towards other players. It just cannot happen. You can't have it. Brain injuries, head injuries, these injuries are frankly the most dangerous. This goes beyond the game. This is somebody's life we're talking about. It can alter a life if the injury is severe enough. I'm glad the National Hockey League is staying consistent on this, and Parker Kelly has to know better than that. So he would not play this game. He won't play the next one. He'll be back in 2 games. Let's get into the rest of the recap. So for Ottawa tonight, Jonas Korpisalo starts for them. And for the San Jose Sharks, there's this young goalie that starts for them, and we'll be talking about him. Believe me on that. This goaltender was unbelievable tonight. Magnus Krona was fantastic tonight, but going into this game, has not won a National Hockey League game. He's 0-2-1 going into this game with an .830 save percentage. So you already know what's going to happen for your Ottawa Senators. It needs to be studied. Whenever the Ottawa Senators play, no offense to Krona, who had a fantastic game, an AHL goalie, that's what he is. He's played 3 games in the NHL. He's an AHL goalie. When the Senators play an AHL goalie, they always make him look like a Vezina goaltender. Now, I'm not taking anything away from Krona. He was fantastic today, but I just cannot explain how this always happens to your Ottawa Senators. So, speaking of your Ottawa Senators, let's get into it. To the first period we go, just under 7 minutes in. It's going to be the San Jose Sharks, of course, striking first to chomp their way into a 1-0 lead. After, frankly, a brutal call on Brady Katchouk on Granlund, who frankly dove. The Sharks will get a power play, and guess what? Thomas Bordeleau puts one past Korpisalo to make it 1-0 San Jose. Obviously, don't really like that call that led to the power play, but once you're on the power play, you have to kill it off. They don't kill it off. It's another slot shot goal. Wow, what a shock. The Sens allow a goal from the slot. Just kidding. That happens nearly 3 times a night on average for the Ottawa Senators. It happens here as well. After 20 minutes of play, the Sharks lead 1-0. They dominated that first period of play, particularly in those first 10 minutes, obviously getting that goal. But they outshot us at, the 12-minute mark, a couple minutes after that goal, 7-1. They were all over the Ottawa Senators. And if you look at the Sharks roster, I mean, these players obviously are better than me in hockey, but I don't know. It looks like a glorified AHL team. There's only a few players there that maybe, might be top 6 guys. Maybe, I don't know. Granlund, Hoffman. I mean, there's not much there, okay? There's not much there. I don't think Shark fans would argue that. Remember, the Sharks going to this game have lost 47 games this year, 40 of which were in regulation. So, I mean, the Sens aren't doing much better, but they're certainly doing better than that, and yet they're down by 1. Going to the second period of play, where Tim Stützle, it's been one of the craziest stats of the year. Tim Stützle has not scored 1 goal on the power play until now. Timmy Stu, how do you do? Tie game, 1-1. Tim Stützle with goal number 15 on the year from Sanderson and Brady Katchouk on the power play. First goal of the year for Tim Stützle on the power play. Still unbelievable. He almost scored 3 tonight. He had a couple good breakaway opportunities in the third period of play. Krona, who was fantastic, had a couple nice poke checks. But Ottawa here ties it up 1-1. Tim Stützle finally breaks the slump and gets a goal on the power play. But that tie would be short-lived. 5 minutes later, wow, who could have guessed it? The Ottawa Senators give up yet another slot chance and another slot goal. 2-1 San Jose. Bordeleau again. Granlund and Eklund with the assists. As guess what? The power play goal is the second of the night for the Sharks. They lead by 1. Giroux fails to clear it here. The Sens are desperately tired. They're sluggish. Sanderson pinches a little too much behind the net to Granlund, leaving, Bordeleau alone in the slot. Korpisalo is a little deep in the net here, I'll be honest with you. But a point-blank, one-time slap shot goal from the slot is not going to be stopped by nearly any goaltender on nearly any single night. So I'm not going to blame Korpisalo for that one, who was frankly very good in this one tonight. As Ottawa goes into the third period, down by a goal. We go to the third period, and you already know what's going to happen. You already know what's going to happen. The Ottawa Senators and the road this year in the West have not exactly fared too well. The Ottawa Senators going to this game have not won a single game. They have not won a single game on the road this year in the West, and that will continue tonight. Wow. The San Jose Sharks take down the Ottawa Senators 2-1 for their 16th win of the year and Corona's first win in the National Hockey League. Congratulations to him. He was legitimately fantastic. It has to be studied how the Ottawa Senators make AHL goaltenders look like Vezina Trophy winners. But you know what? At the end of the day, Corona was fantastic. He made some unbelievable stops. He earned that win, but I just cannot explain how this always happens to the Ottawa Senators. But once again, a nice victory there for Corona and the Sharks. They really celebrated quite a bit there with Corona at the end. They bear hugged him, they mauled him. Well-deserved win for Corona. You always like to see stuff like that. You just don't like to see it against your own team. So maybe this is the start to a great career in the National Hockey League. But yeah, once again, not taking anything away from Corona. It just so happens to be that the Ottawa Senators are always the team that this happens to. I just cannot explain it. So yeah, look, Ottawa, they lose now 7 games in a row. In their last 7, only 1 point, of course. That overtime loss to the Los Angeles Kings the other night. So you know what? At the end of the day, it's tank time for Celebrini, baby. And speaking of that, we're going to do the Tankathon. I'm going to do that live with you in a second. But I just want to say this. Interesting stat from Ian Mendez. The Sens have now played 14 road games against the Western Conference opponents this season. They have lost every single one. They have lost 14 games on the road in the West this year. They have 2 games left on the road in the West this year against Minnesota and Winnipeg. Both tough teams. There's a very, very good chance the Ottawa Senators go an entire season without winning a single game on the road in the West. That, I don't know if I should be appalled or impressed. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down below, because this is some next level tomfoolery, I'll be honest with you. Now with that, we're going to wrap it up here. There's nothing else to say. Actually, you know what? I'll mention a couple things here. Brandstrom tonight played very well. Very good skater. Had some power play time as well. But most notably to me, he blocked shots like a champion, and he did so again tonight. 3 block shots in just under 20 minutes of ice time. Shot on goal as well. Had a really nice coast-to-coast chance. Couldn't put it past the goaltender, but he had a really good game. Glad he wasn't traded, frankly. I'd like to see what he can do, potentially with a longer leash with some holes in the blue line. And speaking of the blue line, just quickly, Sanderson just under 27 minutes of ice time with a block and 3 shots as well, and an assist. I really hope you don't run Sanderson to the ground like Tom Shabbat. That's my one concern with that. And Jacob Chychrun, 24:59, so literally 25 minutes. 5 shots in goal. Also on the power play there with Sanderson with 2 blocks. Now, besides that, let's get into it. The Tankathon. You can see on your screen here, I'm going to do a live draft lottery spin with you guys. I'll do it 3 times like I did a few years ago when the Ottawa Senators were supposed to be near the end of the rebuild. And let's get into it. So the first draw. All right, we dropped 1, of course. San Jose also dropped 1. So if you're a Shark fan watching this, sorry. Number 2. All right, not looking great. Can we get 1 though? Can we just get into the top 3 to finish off this video with a bang? All right, well, we've lost in every facet today, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you all for watching. We'll be doing that for the rest of the year. So hopefully in the next video, we will win that draw. But besides that, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all soon. Go Sens, go.